Hi, I'm Kelly Wajelli. Welcome to my kitchen. So today we're going to make my recipe for coconut cinnamon cereal. I know what you're thinking. Cereal on a paleo diet? How is that possible? Well, not only is it possible, it's super easy. So what we're going to use for this recipe is 1 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, half a cup of raw sunflower seeds, half a teaspoon of melted coconut oil, a 1/4 cup of B-grade maple syrup, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. So how we're going to begin is we're going to put the unsweetened shredded coconut in the food processor with the sunflower seeds. And then we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to pulse it a little bit longer. It's not as broken up as I want. Okay, perfect. So it's just ground a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and dump everything else in. So there goes the egg. There goes the maple syrup. Everything out of there. And then you're going to add the melted coconut. I absolutely love my food processor. I use it probably every day of the week. So you'll find that when you go to a real food paleo diet, you are doing a lot more food prep because you're making everything from scratch. So it makes sense to invest in a machine that can do the hard work for you. And let's go ahead and mix this up. Okay, great. So it's combined. We're gonna just go over here to my baking sheet, and you see I've got 2 pieces of parchment paper. So the reason I do that is because you can see this mixture is pretty wet. It's going to be kind of hard to roll out. Let me just set this right here. It's going to be hard to roll out. We're going to just go ahead and do this right here. And I knew when I went paleo that one of the first things I was going to have to figure out how to make was cereal, because I loved cereal growing up. I was a cereal junkie. My mom used to hide it on the top of the fridge, and every day I would get a chair and get up on the counter and get into the cereal. And I often bore the battle scars of cereal, aka having the roof of your mouth tore up. So let's go ahead and we're just going to roll it out. I'll just take a quick peek. Yeah, that's great. So it's pretty thin. And we're going to go ahead. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm all about imperfect stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and we're actually going to kind of score it before it goes into the oven. This is just going to make it a lot easier to break up after it comes out of the oven. And I'm all about easier. So I'm just going to score. The nice thing about this recipe is the coconut actually crisps up when it bakes, and it makes the cereal crispy. I know you're thinking, how is this going to be crispy? But the coconut is the magic in this recipe. So what we're going to do now is I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm just going to go ahead, put it in there, and let it bake for 20 to 25 minutes. It smells like it's ready. Cinnamon is really strong in the house. You can see it's browned up. And I know it's going to be very hard to resist biting into it now, but you really want to let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, because what's going to happen is, like right now, if you eat it, it's really soft. but in 10 to 15 minutes, it's going to be really crisp and just like cereal. So just wait the 10 minutes, it's worth the wait. So it's ready. I've waited the 10 minutes, and we're going to just go ahead, pour some coconut milk or almond milk over it, and that's not enough milk. And then my coconut milk is not great, and so I'm going to just go ahead and take a bite. It's delicious.